What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are doing a tier list. This tier list is going to be my opinion on the hardest and easiest weapons to master in Monster Hunter Wilds. Now that the game has been out, now that the game has been running for over a year, and we have concluded all of the updates for the base game prior to the actual release of the DLC, there's not a whole lot left we can do as far as it goes to builds and stuff like that. I'm going to be making it work with doing viewer requested builds, funny builds, challenge runs, stuff like that. But this tier list is for those that may have dropped the game right after it came out. I remember when the game first dropped, and I remember there was a lot of performance issues. The game didn't run all the best. It was weird textures the entire time, crashing issues. There was a lot of problems. Because of that, there was a lot of people that gave it up and didn't ever go back. So maybe you're watching this video trying to figure out if your favorite weapon is just as good as you remembered it to be. I'm here to tell you that based on my experience, I got a pretty good idea of what's hard to master, what's easy to master, and I'm hoping that I can share that knowledge with you guys. That being said, we're going to get into today's video, but make sure that you guys are liking, you guys are commenting, you guys are subscribing, letting me know if you want to see more informative content like this, if you want to see more challenge runs, maybe you want to see funny stuff with me and my crew. Make sure you guys are letting me know in the comments. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. First up on our list is the Greatsword. The Greatsword is phenomenal. If you want big damage, you have to earn it though. The Greatsword is the definition of high risk and high reward. It looks simple, truth be told. You charge, you swing, you delete. But landing those hits, that's the real fight. You need monster knowledge, positioning, and perfect timing. If you miss a true charge slash, your entire damage window is gone. This weapon forces patience. You have to commit before the monsters even move. But when it does click, you're hitting numbers that other weapons dream about. Greatsword isn't hard because it's complicated. It's hard because it demands perfection out of you. The next hardest weapon, at least for me, would be the longsword. The longsword isn't necessarily hard, but it is flashy, and flashy doesn't always mean easy. The longsword is all about flow, building gauge, landing spirit combos, and chaining counters like a samurai god. But here's the catch. If your timing is off, you get punished. Hard. Foresight slash, counters, positioning, they're all a dance with the monster. And if you mess up the rhythm, you leave yourself wide open. Anyone can swing it, but very few actually master this weapon. But once you do, you're untouchable. You're not reacting anymore. You're controlling the fight. This isn't a weapon, it's a flex. Now we'll move into the easy tier. And the first of those weapons is going to be the sword and shield. The sword and shield, at least to me, is one of the easiest weapons for three main reasons. It's simple, it's reliable, and it's effective. The sword and shield does everything, and it does everything really, really well in Monster Hunter Wilds. You've got fast attacks, quick dodges, and insane item usage without having to sheath, which is a huge game changer. At least for me, it's the most forgiving weapon in the game. You're never locked into anything. You're always in control. It's perfect for beginners, but truth be told, kind of like the longsword and every other weapon on this list, don't underestimate it. Because in the right hands, it's relentless. You're unstoppable. Although simple, very, very potent. Next up on our list, also in the easy category, are going to be the dual blades. And the dual blades are easy for one specific reason. Speed. Speed is everything. The dual blades are pure aggression. Fast hits, constant pressure, and insane mobility. All you have to do is go into demo mode and go wild. There's not a lot to manage. You just stay on the monster and keep attacking. It's chaotic, it's simple, but it works so well. The only thing you really need to worry about is getting careless, because once your stamina's gone, so are you. Next up on our list is actually the first in the moderate tier, the hammer. The hammer to me is a little bit of both. It can be difficult, but it can also be easy, and this is why. The hammer is simple. You find the head, and you bonk it. But doing that consistently isn't as easy. You've got no block, you've got limited range, and everything depends on your positioning. You need to be able to read the monster and stay glued to its head. If you get it right though, you're chaining KOs and controlling the entire hunt. It's easy to understand, but it takes your awareness to dominate. Missing the head means missing everything the hammer's about. And lastly, in our hard category, we have the hunting horn. You're not just fighting the monster with the hunting horn, you're playing a concert mid-battle. Hunting horn is one of the hardest weapons because you're juggling everything all at once. Damage, positioning, buffs for yourself and your team. You need to memorize songs for peak efficiency, you have to keep buffs active so everybody's feeling the love, and you have to stay aggressive so you're actually putting out damage. You can't just sit back and play support. A real hunting horn player is in the monster's face, dealing damage while buffing everybody. It's chaotic and it's demanding, but if you master it, you're the most valuable hunter in the party. Hunting horn is hard because you have to do it all, and you have to do it all flawlessly. Next up, and back to the easy tier, we have the lance. The reason the lance is going to go down in the easy tier is because it is unbreakable, and you are unstoppable. With the guards that are available, the counter mechanics that are built in, the lance is the definition of safety. You can block everything, you can poke everything, and you can never back down from a fight. It's slow, and it doesn't need to be fast. You control space, you control the fight. It's like a boxing match. It's one of the easiest weapons to survive with, and one of the hardest to kill overall. But, at the end of the day, simple does not mean weak. Next up, and just like the hammer, we have the Gunlance in the moderate tier. The Gunlance is power, but at a cost. You've got explosive damage, you've got a great shield, and you have insane burst potential. But you're slow. Really slow. Positioning matters more than anything, believe it or not. You need to manage your shells, your reloads, your spacing, all while staying safe. Mechanically, it's not crazy hard, but it does punish bad positioning. If you play it right, you're a walking artillery unit. If you play it wrong, you're stuck reloading while the monster runs you over. Next up, we have the Switch Axe, and the Switch Axe is going to get its own category that I called It Depends, because the Switch Axe is raw aggression, but it's controlled aggression. On the surface, it's simple. Switch forms, deal damage, but optimizing it, that's where the skill comes in. That's where mastery comes into play. You've got to manage your gauge, you've got to know when to stay in your sword mode, when to back off, you've got to know whether you want to do a zero-sum discharge or a full release slash, and on top of all of that, if you overcommit, most of the time you're getting hit. If you play it right though, you're non-stop pressure. It is easier to pick up than Charglade, but harder to truly master. This weapon rewards players who know when to go all in and know when to get out and survive. Next up, and also in the Depends tier list, we have the Charglade. And truth be told, this weapon either clicks with you or it doesn't. The Charglade has a lot going on, which is why the mastery is in Depends, because there's multiple ways to play it. Savage Axe, or SAED, or a hybrid of the two. Basically, the Charglade has a lot going on. Between files, guard points, sword mode, axe mode, it's literally two weapons in one. At first, it feels overwhelming, but once you understand the flow, the charge, the store, release game, it becomes one of the most satisfying weapons in the game. Guard points reward precision, and SAED punishes everything. It's not about reaction, it's about control. If you learn it, you're a walking nuke. If you don't, you're just confused trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Next up, and back to the easy tier, we have the Insect Glaive. And just like the dual blades, the Insect Glaive is truly amazing because mobility is king. The Insect Glaive can literally let you fly. You grab your buffs, you stay mobile, and you never stop attacking. It's flashy, it's fun, and it's forgiving. The only real management is your Kinsect buffs. But once you've got all of those, you're free. And with focus mode, you don't even have to aim anymore. You can just go up to the monster and swing. Once you swing, you get the buff. You're not fighting on the ground anymore either. You're above it. And the monsters are below you. And lastly, rounding out our easy tier, we have the Heavy Bowgun. Slow, but devastating. The Heavy Bowgun is simple. You aim, you shoot, you destroy. You trade all mobility for raw power and, in wilds at least with the shield, defense. With the right setup, you can tank every hit and dish out massive damage from a distance. It's not flashy, but it doesn't have to be, because when you pull the trigger, everything kind of just poof, disappears. Next up, and back to the moderate tier, we have the light bowgun, the heavy bowgun's faster, younger cousin. It's fast, it's flexible, and it's deadly, if you know what you're doing. Light bowgun is easy to pick up, but mastering it takes awareness. Ammo types, positioning, movement, monster knowledge, they all matter. You're mobile, but you're fragile. You can adapt to any fight, but only if you bring the right setup, and knowledge is half the game. It rewards smart players who think ahead, because this weapon isn't about brute force. Once again, it's about control. Last but not least, and rounding out our moderate tier and the remainder of this tier list, we have the bow. The bow is all about precision and stamina. Anyone can shoot arrows, but managing your charge levels, your stamina, and your positioning at the same time, that's where the skill comes in. You're constantly moving, dodging, and lining up weak spots. If you run out of stamina, just like the dual blades, you're done. But on top of that, being a ranged weapon, when you get hit even harder than dual blades player, which is why this is in the moderate category. On top of that, if you miss your shots, you lose damage fast. It's smooth, it's fast, and it's rewarding, but only if you stay in control. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's Mastery Tier List video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys were able to learn a couple of things. And that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no